Morning light through the blinds is creeping, eyes on the clock while the world keeps sleeping. Coffee cold as my nerves keep twitching, long crime will soon be switching. On and on are all the eyes on the live stream, just my need to switch it to trial TV. Sarah Boone's in the camera's glare, suitcase secrets creeping through the air, while all she cares about is her suit and jailhouse hair. A bag of letters and made-up face, I'll save a smile from any grace. When the jury finally comes to see, she deserves craft singles and a first degree. Ooh, I'm waiting for truth to unfold, every whisper, every word so bold. Waiting for Carrie to switch on the feed, grabbing the Pop-Tarts and getting ready. Fingers crossed, the stream stays steady, my thoughts tangle, it feels so heavy. Will the testimony be true and pure? I'm on edge and I can't be cacciatore sure. Full truth, courtroom drama unmasking proof. The defense getting credit and giving us hope that the jury sees Boone trying them for dopes. Sarah's guilt is plain for all to see, intentional for suitcase, second degree. Justice for George amidst the misery. Lost patience tried, unintentions weighed, verdict coming, well we must wait. Echoes of doubt make my heart beat wild, I just need the facts untouched and mild. YouTube's glowing, don't let me down, in this court we'll see who wears the crown. I'm waiting for truth to unfold, every whisper, every word so bold. Waiting for Carrie to switch on the feed, grabbing the Pop-Tarts and getting ready. Fingers crossed, the stream stays steady, my thoughts tangled, it feels so heavy. Will the testimony be true and pure? I'm on edge and I can't be cacciatore sure. Ooh, I'm waiting for truth to unfold, every whisper, every word so bold. Waiting for Carrie to switch on my feet, grabbing the Pop-Tarts and getting ready. Fingers crossed, the stream stays steady, my thoughts tangle, they feel so heavy. Will the testimony be true and pure? I'm on edge and I can't take much more. Morning light through the blinds is creeping, eyes on the clock while the world keeps sleeping. Coffee cold as my nerves keep twitching, long crime will soon be switching. On and on are all the eyes on the live stream, just my need to switch it to trial TV. Sarah Boone's in the camera's glare, suitcase secrets creeping through the air, while all she cares about is her suit and jailhouse hair. A bag of letters and made-up face, I'll save a smile from any grace. When the jury finally comes to see, she deserves craft singles and a first degree. Ooh, I'm waiting for truth to unfold, every whisper, every word so bold. Waiting for Carrie to switch on the feed, grabbing the Pop-Tarts and getting ready. Fingers crossed, the stream stays steady, my thoughts tangle, it feels so heavy. Will the testimony be true and pure? I'm on edge and I can't be cacciatore sure. Full truth, courtroom drama unmasking proof. The defense getting credit and giving us hope that the jury sees Boone trying them for dopes. Sarah's guilt is plain for all to see, intentional for suitcase, second degree. Justice for George amidst the misery. Lost patience tried, unintentions weighed, verdict coming, well we must wait. Echoes of doubt make my heart beat wild, I just need the facts untouched and mild. YouTube's glowing, don't let me down, in this court we'll see who wears the crown. I'm waiting for truth to unfold, every whisper, every word so bold. Waiting for Carrie to switch on the feed, grabbing the Pop-Tarts and getting ready. Fingers crossed, the stream stays steady, my thoughts tangle, it feels so heavy. Will the testimony be true? true and pure. I'm on edge and I can't be catch it totally sure. Ooh, I'm waiting for truth to unfold. Every whisper, every word so bold. Waiting for Carrie to switch on my feet. Grabbing the Pop-Tarts and getting ready. Fingers crossed, the stream stays steady. My thoughts tangle, they feel so heavy. Will the testimony be true and pure? I'm on edge and I can't take much more.
Just a twisted pink paper clip, clinging to a bit of jacket zip. Know that you won't get an acquit. Yeah, know that the hour is drawing near. The case is resting, Sarah Boone should fear. She might soon be shedding actual tears. Just a twisted pink paper clip, clinging to a bit of jagged zip, doing nothing more than slip and stick. As Sarah tries to hide her abusive lies, but know that no, it's you, Sarah, we all despise. Leaving you with your lifetime of demise from your sad attempts being the victimized. Know that, yeah, know that. All that you're really gonna see is Prosecutor Jay giving proof to the jury of your murderous pine for commissary. 6-panel conviction arrived at convincingly. Oh, Sarah, can't you tell that your time has come to ring the bell? And let your fans dole you some small slice of hell. The bailiffs will be waiting, cuffs in hand, since you fumbled and flopped all over the stand. So go on, say bye to your circus jaunt. Go on ahead, keep pretending to flit and flaunt. You'll soon be in your brand new prison haunt. Damn it, Margaret. Oh, Sarah, know that now is your time to return to your jailhouse lies. Your face and sob story past its prime. Yeah, know that. All that you're really gonna see is Prosecutor Jay convincing the jury of your murderous and dangerous lies. A sad attempt at trying to be the victimized. No, not happening on board DAJ Enterprise. Paper clip, clinging to a bit of jagged zip, which does nothing more than slip and stick. As Sarah tries to hide her abusive lies, but know that no, it's you, Sarah, we all despise. Your angry and controlling attitude won't spare you any grace or fortitude. From the truth, the jury all can see that the time is here, your taunts aside, to return to your crummy jail slide. Your face and sob story are past the prime, so go on, say bye to your circus jaunt. Go on ahead and keep pretending to flit and flaunt, because you'll soon be in your brand new prison haunt. Damn it, Margaret. Just a twisted pink paper clip, clinging to a bit of jagged zip. Yeah, know that you won't get an acquit from all your murderous and dangerous lies. Pathetic, you claim to be the real victimized. No, not happening on board DAJ Enterprise. Damn it, Margaret.
Damn it, Margaret. Thank you, Amber Rachel, for that song. That was amazing. Thank you so much. I'm back from my shower, and I feel so much better. I feel revived. I've got coffee. I got fresh coffee. Let's do this. Okay, guys, here's what I'm wondering. I've got this pulled up right here, which is we got the stream to this courtroom, right? I've got this over here on one side, and then on the other side, I have the body cam footage from yesterday. I could also pull out the 911 calls from yesterday. So I'm wondering, what do y'all want to listen to or watch? Because I can't talk for 3 flipping hours nonstop. I'm really boring. I have nothing to say. I really don't. Do I sound perky? I feel better. It's amazing what a shower can do. No, Yana said no. No, why no? What do you want to watch, Yana? Would you rather just watch the clock tick on the verdict watch timer? What does it say, by the way? Let me look at it and see. Oh! I gotta do the Don't let me forget, you guys. I gotta do the members drawing. I've got all the members in there, and I'm not gonna make them be present. I'm just gonna put a notice up because I forgot to do it a while ago before we got out. Our jury drawing. Our jury is now hitting 1 hour in what do you call it? Deliberation. I mean, they didn't even have time to get back there, and I started the timer, but that clock kind of made you anxious. I'm sorry, Mackenzie. I wish I could find a way to get a little bitty timer and put it somewhere on the screen and just a little bitty spot, and I don't know. Not having it with StreamYard. I'm not boring, Lauren? Well, thank you. I really am, though. What do y'all want to talk about? Rewatch the state's closings. Wizard of Ego, you want to? Okay, there's a vote for that. What else? Give me some more ideas. What do y'all want to watch? Let us just chill. Do a members drawing. Do some coloring. Do you want to put some puzzles together? If you want to just, what do you want to do? Are you having a good day? You want to just get the puzzles out, have a glass of wine, play with the dogs. What are you talking about? No more tragedy tonight, she said. You're tired of it. Let them eat, Barry said. Can we come up and speculate on sentence? Yeah, you want to do that? We could do that. You want to come up? Here, let me put one at a time, okay? One at a time. Bruiser has an opinion too right now. He's going to have an opinion because they just ate not too long ago, and he's kind of antsy right now. When the big dog moves around, Frankie, Bruiser gets bossy, so that's why anytime you hear Bruiser barking, you guys, it's usually because Frankie's up doing something. He's walking around. God forbid he walks a Bruiser. Bruiser has a dang fit. Bruiser's like a 5-pound little chihuahua. Let's see. Hide and seek tag. Is that what you want to play? You need a nap, Carrie. Jenny. I don't need a nap. You're crazy. Let me take this white stuff off. I'm just kidding. I don't do drugs. I'm literally running on caffeine, and I think my second wind just kicked in after I got out of the shower. Barry Adams would like to come up. Look at Barry. All right, Barry. Hang on. Let me change the screen real quick. Hold on. Put this in the background.
Here.
Hi, Barry.
Hi, Carrie. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you.
Well, it's so nice to have you. Let me see if I can't do this do you more justice here on the screen. Oh, that's not.
Yeah, do me more justice. I'm 38 and I have less hair than Sarah Boone does. I wish I had her jail hair.
Well, wait a minute. Everything I got is messing up. Hang on. Hang on just a second. I don't have anything set up the way I want it.
That's all right.
Adding item. Media slot. Here we go. Okay, let me put that there. Save. Update layout. Okay, here we're good to go. There we go. Now we can see everybody. Everything's good. How are you, Barry?
Oh, just delightful. Greetings from Eastern Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut.
Yeah, Yankee Doodle Dandy here. I was just watching this, and I shared in the closing that Dave Cacciatore really, I don't think he has that much courtroom trial experience. He's like the motions guy and stuff.
Yeah.
But he got he put his full effort into that closing argument. And thank goodness he had Jay there, to kind of drive it home. And I really think that Jay, gave words to George, at the
Yes,
end there.
I would.
George spoke through Mr. J, as I shared. And I'm like, it's 8:00. Let them eat. They have the best Grubhub has to offer them.
What kind of dog you got?
I don't know. He's a 57 varieties, and he's a total ham except for when the camera's actually on. So at that point, he decides to be heard and not seen.
The Heinz 57. I love the Heinz 57. Those are the best.
Well, they found him wandering in a junkyard in Georgia, and now he's more spoiled than the late Queen's corgis. But
Aww.
So
what's his name? Sorry,
Zeus.
what's his name? Zeus.
Zeus. So he's
Zookie,
my
come
bestie
here,
dog.
baby. Don't be shy. Come here, baby. Come on.
He's not shy.
Oh,
Just a
he
little
sounds
bit.
like a big boy. Oh, hey, darling. Look
70
at this thing.
pounds.
Look at the little thing. Let me take
Boy.
this off.
So I was
Go ahead,
thinking
I'm sorry.
about this, and I'm watching Mr. J and everything like that. Sarah kept saying, "Oh, I started documenting stuff." I'm like, she was staging him the whole time, and I bet she thought when she was recording those awful videos at the very end, in her twisted, drunken mind, she was like, "This is evidence,"
Exactly.
She can use it against him, and boy, howdy, it was evidence.
It sure was, just not the way she went. I really do. I think that the whole time she was planning on doing something with it. Like at some point she was going to finally say, "I've got all of this, Judge. Please take it." In fact, she probably already tried because remember that last in one of those daytime videos that they showed a portion where she was shaking her head where they were like, "You take it down and you show it," and she was shaking her head and she goes like, "No, that doesn't work." Like she'd already tried
No,
to
it
get him in
doesn't
trouble
work,
with
but
her images.
she knows that. She's done all that court stuff. Remember, she told Detective Copsel and Lowen that. She's done that court stuff. She knows everything.
She'd been there, done that. Mm-hmm.
She's been there, done that. That's why it's like, how does that work? You've been there, done that. You're like, sometimes, when I think Dr. Maya Angelou said, when people who show you who they are, believe them. She showed us who she was, and I feel, horrible for George and for his family. Look at his mother. She raised 10 children, and we got to see a little snippet of her on one of those clips, and she's like, she's not an uncaring or unkind mother. She's deeply compassionate, but she's also not going to put up with her kids' stuff,
Do you know that she said on when they were interviewing her that one time, that one interview, she said, I don't hate Sarah.
I don't think she could hate anybody, and that's nothing against her. It's just she sees everybody from a place of love,
Yeah.
And so, I think about a lot forgiveness and reconciliation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could see her forgiving Sarah, in a way, because she has to forgive Sarah for what she did to George to
Right.
be at peace with herself. But to reconcile, would she have her over to dinner? No, God, no.
Well,
So there's like a difference between forgiveness and reconciliation when you think about it that way.
when he was reading off the text messages, at first I thought when it said Mom - George, I thought that what that was George's. I don't know what I thought, but apparently it
Well,
was
he was
George's
probably
mom's
using his
cell
mom's
phone.
phone. Yeah.
But is mom seeing all those text messages? Because at some point it seemed like she was making messages directly towards the mom, like "tell your son" or whatever. And I thought, oh, she's saying
That's
that in front
awful.
of his mama.
And then you think about it, in front of his mama, and then for her to be there in the court. Of course, the state told the family what was going on and what they were going to present. You think in the moment that, when it's laid out on paper or when you're talking with the attorney, this is what we're going to show, right?
Yeah.
And you give a little bit of snippet and you think maybe in a conference you've seen it, I can handle it. But then when it's there in the courtroom, when it's there for real, that's a different situation.
I don't think I thought I saw somewhere where she had said, the mama said, "I've never watch that video, and I don't think I ever want to. And I don't know what happened. I don't know. The DA had a victim advocate there with them. I think it was the lady sitting all the way to the end, like closest to us.
No, at the very, very end, sitting in the window box seat, that was Detective Copsall holding their hands. She was over there. She had the legs going on. She looked like Kate Middleton. Oh.
But the one that was closest to us, though, on this side of Juan's wife.
I feel like that was one of George's daughters. Like she had like the curly hair, kind of like.
Yeah, you thought that was one of his daughters?
Well, why
No,
wouldn't
not
she?
the young one.
Well,
not
why
the
wouldn't she
young one.
sit with her uncle and her grandmother at her father's murder? You know.
I don't. Yeah,
Why wouldn't she?
There was a black lady that was sitting there with curly hair, and I said, "I bet that's the victim advocate for the state."
I don't know who it was. I don't have the seating chart. I'm 1,000 miles away, Carrie. You're
know.
closer. You're closer down where you are. But
I know.
on sentencing, when the verdict comes back, I kind of feel like she's not going to get life per se. Because I kind of feel like just to kind of like there would at least be a door for her to get back out into the community and to talk to real people. So let's think about it. If you give her 30 years, she'll be 57. 10, 10, 7, 7. You know?
Well,
or I'm sorry, 30 years would be 77. 40 years would be 87. So let's say 35 years. She'd be 82.
if she lives that long.
She lives that long. God willing, and the creek don't rise, but you know, she got a little bit doughier, a little bit better, you know, in prison.
Yeah, but how is she going to survive in jail acting the way she does? People aren't going to put up with that in jail. Not in jail. I'm sorry, not jail, prison. Because now she's in jail.
She'll give it up to anybody that gives her positive attention, just like she always does. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
She'll start buying snacks for everybody.
Well, no, she'll start putting out to get money on her books and then using that to put, you know.
Yeah, she'll work the system.
But,
she's a little entrepreneur when she needs to be.
Think about it. If she gets 35 years, you know, she'd be 82. And then she'd have to go out in the community. And she'd have to, like, try to build a network and stuff. Like, and then it wouldn't be a demonstration of who she was when she goes in tonight, I hope, or whenever, maybe early next week. She'd actually have to demonstrate that she's learned and changed in prison, or else she'd be systemized and never want to get out. It'd be too frightening.
Well, I can't see her going up against a parole board and getting many points, especially when she can't even be quiet when she's told to be quiet.
Well, they don't even really have parole in Florida. Like it's determined when you're sentenced that whatever you're eligible to get out earlier on is set at the time. It's not left open for later down the road, you know?
You're right. That's right. I forgot it was that.
But imagine if she did 35 years and then had to get out and actually had to show that she did change, because she can't go back to prison for 3 hots in a cot, or maybe she could, but arthritis makes your fingers harder to, you know. We'd actually have to show that she changed and learned something. And give her 35 years, I don't know that she could. She didn't in 4.5.
Reading those inmate sheets and this is just the short portion that I have, and then listening to her go on and on at, you know, in the courtroom here more recently in the last couple of months, I'm like, this woman hasn't learned a dang thing. She hasn't.
No.
She's always going to be that way.
But you can't force anybody to change their mind, right?
Right.
It's like Dave Ramsey or my grandma used to say, those convinced against their will are of the same opinion still. So if you just bash into them, this is how you should think because that's the way right people think. If they're not right, they're not going to get it. It's not going to click. They're going to just, you know.
People are going to do what they want to do, how they want to do it. But she's going to learn in prison. I think it's a totally different world. From what I understand, jail and prison are way different.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been to jail or prison in my own state, let alone in Florida or anywhere else. So I just don't know.
I
have a cousin who's a corrections officer, but I don't even think he knows, you know?
I heard that it was like way tougher and it was scarier. Way scarier. I mean, because you're looking at, there's a different type of it's a different type of mentality or something because those people don't have anything to. The people in
Right,
jail might
right,
have
right.
something to look
Because
towards.
at least in jail, even if all hope is lost, you at least have a trial, and you can at least still cross your fingers.
Right, and
In
so you want
prison,
to act
you're
fairly good.
there.
Yeah, it's done. It's
Especially
over.
in Florida where they don't have parole, where it's open ended. The light at the end of the tunnel is set when you go in, if you're lucky enough to get one.
We'll see. I don't know.
I don't
All right,
either.
who else wants to come up and chat with us?
Thank you, Carrie. I'm gonna jump
Thank
off.
you.
I gotta get this guy outside.
Okay, thank you, Barry. It was good to meet you in person.
You too. Cheers.
Cheers, honey. Bye. Oh, he's adorable. I love him. Anybody else want to come up for a quick chat to talk about? We didn't even talk. Well, we did talk a little bit about sentencing, but what do you think? Mark, are you still in here? Nobody loves me. Y'all don't want to come up and chat with me. Don't be scared. You don't have to put your camera on. You can turn your camera off. I wanted to do something different than what we normally do. Here, let me go over here to the Wheel of Love and do the drawing real quick. How about that? You can see the Wheel of Love over here. Here we go. Let me draw. You guys are my witnesses because they're probably not here. And then we'll have to tell them later that they won. I'll put it in the community post. Darlin. Darlin, as in, hey, Darlin. Oh, Darlin won. Okay, let me write that down so I don't forget. Darlin. Okay, if y'all see Darlin, then let me know and let's do one more. Because it's verdict night. I'm feeling frisky. Oh, Loba won. Loba wasn't here today, was he? Loba Volcana. All right. So those two won. I'm sure he'll be back around. I say Loba, and I automatically think it's a he. It might not be. That's just me thinking. I don't know. We're still on a live feed here. I've got it on. What do we have it? This is WKMG 6 Click Orlando. So they're ready to go live whenever somebody comes into the courtroom, I guess. I would think that the jurors are probably just now finishing up dinner about now. It has been, let's look at our Boone countdown. It has been an hour and 16 minutes since they've been back there. I just don't see how they're going to end up tonight, you guys coming in. I just don't see it. I don't know how that could happen. I'm just not sure. I want to move this around really quick. Mark, do you want to come up? I want to move up there. I want to move this up there. And I want to move this down here. There he is. Hey, Mark.
Hey there.
How are you, darling? Did you go to the casinos this week?
I have not been yet this week. I'm going tomorrow.
Oh.
But a week ago on Friday, I went and made $8,000.
No, you did not. Did you do it off of your free play? If you tell me you
No,
won $8,000 off of free play, I'm going to be so mad at you.
no. This time it cost me about 200 to win it.
Still, that's not bad. How
No,
is it that you? What are you playing that you get up that high?
slots.
But which slots are you playing?
I play a little bit of everything. I'm very lucky, number one. But
Apparently.
it's kind of like I'm the slot whisperer. I see a machine and it's like, that one's going to hit. Now, it doesn't happen every week, of course, or every time I go, but there's been a number of times.
Wow, I'm impressed. I wish I could do that. I think the most I ever got up was that. Well, I won that $1,800 that time, and I think I got up to around 2 grand, and then I sat there and put some of it back in, but I did walk away with my money. We were there all week, and I walked away with $1,500. So technically, I still came out ahead, but
Yeah,
I
that's
I
The
saved my
trick.
money though to go and said I'm okay if I lose this. You know, I don't ever go. I don't go that often.
Yeah, see, a lot of people think I'm probably addicted to gambling, but actually, my lady friend works at the casino. So, and she's up in West Virginia. So, if I want to go see her, it's kind of like she's working, so I got to hang out with her.
Well, yeah, and I get that. And then, well, too, if you think about it, like you're you could sit there and play like quarters and nickels and not spend much money. You guys, if you look at there's a way to look at it. I don't know if I'm justifying me throwing money away at the slots, but like if you're going to go out for to a dinner or dancing and drinks or anything, you could spend $100 in one night.
Oh,
So what's the
easily.
difference between doing that and then and going and taking it to the slots and playing it on the slots? And because my mom and I had it justified, we were like, if it entertains us for at least 4 hours and we've only spent $100, we're golden.
Yeah, and I mean, it's entertaining, and I'm not a high roller, but it's like I set a limit, and my left hand pocket is my gambling money, my right hand pocket is regular spending money, and if the left hand pocket goes empty, I'm done.
Yeah.
And
You said
it's like I tell my neighbors, okay, I don't drink, I don't golf, and they all do that, and it's like, okay, how much do you guys spend on a week golfing? Because we're all retired.
mm-hmm.
Oh, probably $1,000, $1,500.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, then don't get on my case because I go and spend 500 or $1,000 at the casino.
It's
So
fun to watch the wheel spin. It's just fun to play the slot machines and watch the slot machine spin. There's just something about it. And then when you win, like the one that I found that I like so much is I think it's called Rise of the Phoenix. And it's one
oh
of
yeah,
those that it does like three or four different things. There's like three or four different ways you could win. And it goes into this wheel, and then at one point the phoenix starts to come up out of nowhere. The phoenix comes up and it starts giving you free spins, and it's just so much fun when all that happens. And it doesn't even have to be a lot of money. It's just exciting.
well, it's like if you remember a year ago, I hit a slot machine for $72,000, and
Holy crap.
I only put $100 bill into the machine, and I was betting the absolute minimum, which was 250, because it was a high limit machine.
Yeah.
And on the third spin, I got the bonus. And all of a sudden, I was sitting there looking at the big thing on the screen said grand, and I'm like,
What?
holy shit! And I looked up and said, that's $72,000.
Didn't you cringe every time you pulled and it was $250? I
No,
would have
no,
been like,
no,
"Oh,
no, $2.50.
stop it. You won $72,000 on $2.50.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
technically
On
750, but
and
still
I was into the machine for $7.50 when I hit it.
amazing.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so
and it was
you know
like,
what? Just talking about it makes me want to go over to the boats. I still call them the boats over in Mississippi, you guys. When the boat when gambling first came around the Mississippi, Biloxi Gulf Coast area, they had to be on barges. They had to be on water. So all of them were built just off like on a barge that's like up against the dock, but
right,
they were totally anchored. I mean, they weren't going anywhere, and except for when a hurricane came, Katrina. But now they've changed the laws, and most of them there are buildings and everything else. But there's a probably I don't know how many total there are, but there's probably six at least over there, and it's a fun place to go, and there's a lot of good there's some good southern restaurants in that area too.
well, one of these days I'll get a bug up my butt and come down there, and we'll have to go to the casino.
Mark, if y'all come down, if y'all come to Biloxi, I will go over there with y'all, and I can get you a free room for the night. All I got, you know how that works. I'll
Woohoo!
sign you in. Yeah, you don't have to pay to spend the night there. I'll get you a room because I got, they're always sending me free nights, and I
Yep.
don't use them.
I
Um,
joke about it on the chat a lot. It would be so fun to get our group of wackos together.
oh my God,
Could you imagine us all in like a big conference room at some hotel somewhere?
they would kick us out.
Oh yeah,
They would kick us out.
there'd be yellow crime scene tape all around the hotel.
I'm afraid y'all. I would be worried y'all wouldn't like me after we hung out for a little while.
Oh, we've got such a great bunch of chatters, and
We do.
especially the OGs. I mean, the new people. And I get a kick out of it when people say, I've been lurking for months, and all of a sudden now I've decided to speak up. And some
I
of them,
understand.
yeah,
I
some of them
understand
have
that
become so
mentality.
vocal. Oh, I used to be a lurker.
I think you people get comfortable, and that's what it is. They want to make sure that they feel, and they don't just watch me; they watch y'all and read what y'all put up there too. I hear that all the time, though. Your chat is hilarious. People say that all the time in the comments.
Well, it's funny for a lot of reasons because number one, those of us that have been on it for a year, like, or even half a year, we know all the inside jokes. And every once in a while, like it happened to me a week or so ago, where I made jokes about something, and the regulars, they knew what I was talking about. Some of the new people didn't. It was like, oh, how dare you say something like that? And it's like, ooh,
Yeah, I I think that some people don't know our how we do. I don't know. You could tell though when a really new young person comes in and doesn't understand our lingo. You
oh
can
yeah,
tell.
yeah.
I feel
But it's
bad for
like
the
even when
mods.
we get, even with me, like we get into this running joke about being put in timeout and all this stuff, and I've seen comments from newer people. They're like, they were thinking we were serious and I was in trouble. It's like, oh no, no, you're not that bad.
I told you when I go and watch channels and stuff, I'll turn the chat off. I don't want to look at the chat.
Oh, I do.
I just want to watch what's on the screen. I don't and if I don't like what's on the screen, I'll change it. I don't know. I've just never been much of a chatter.
Yeah, this is one of the few channels where I actually keep the chat up the whole time. Because a
Um
lot of them, and even like Court TV or any of the others, some of the stuff that people start talking about, it's like they have no idea what they're saying,
speaking
or the,
of
or they don't have any mods, and it's going 5,000 miles an hour.
yeah, I had it on. I think I had last night or yes, well, I say last night. It's this last one today. I think that I had that on a minute delay. Was it on a minute or 30 seconds? Y'all would know better than I would. I don't know. I've been trying to put delays on there because I didn't want to overwhelm Bama and Laura. So what do you think they've so it's 8:30 right now their time. They've got an hour and a half. To me, it would seem like they would know by now whether or not they're going to need some more time because to me I would be able to say there's no way we're going to decide tonight. So why are we
No,
saying
no,
you
it
don't
it
think
could
so?
be really close. I have
Well,
a feeling it's not going to take them long, but I
really?
also have a feeling that they they may settle for manslaughter, and I don't have any really solid facts to back up that opinion, but I've just got a gut feeling. Because
That would be the minimum you think is if they settled for that, but they're not going to let her go free. So,
yeah, because I sat on a felony case jury that lasted a week, and unfortunately, I got chosen to be the foreman because I went to the bathroom when we first went into the room, and they voted me as foreperson while I was gone. But anyway, it was a 12-person jury, and it was a um, not a theft case, robbery case. And in Virginia, that could be anything from trying to steal a cell phone, which was this case, up to stealing a car with a gun.
that's a huge
So
difference.
it was a wide range. But anyway, we started off with a quick vote, and it was 10-2. And we talked for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. We took another vote. It was 11-1. 11 guilty, one not guilty. 2.5 days later, we were still at 11-1.
Two and a
And I
half
finally,
days later?
yeah,
Mm-mm.
I sent a note out to the judge going, we are stuck at 11-1, and I don't think we're going to break it. And his comeback was, I can keep you there for a couple of weeks. Work harder.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah.
That's
So I read. So
that's
so I
scary
read.
because if I'm
I
go
read
ahead.
that to the jury. I'll finish my story real quick. I read that to
I'm sorry.
the rest of the jury, and I said, okay, we have one dissenting vote. We got to get tough. Why are you so adamant that this dude is not guilty? Blah 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 blah. Well, it turned out she didn't like the fact that one of the attorneys pissed her off about something.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, we talked and talked and talked, and one of the other gals on the jury, it was a woman that wouldn't vote guilty. One of the other gals browbeat her into changing, because I mean we were going to be there. We didn't want to be there for 2 weeks, and so we came back in with 12, unanimous votes for guilty, and then shocker, and I didn't realize this going in at the time, and they've changed it. But in Virginia, the jury had to set the sentence, so he
Oh,
sent us
snap.
back into the room, and we had to be unanimous, and the range was mandatory 2 years up to 25. We were
Oh,
stuck at 11-1 for another day and a half. Guess who was
hang,
the dissenting vote?
hang on, Mark. You guys,
Yeah.
I'm on this. I got the stream up. They're not in the courtroom right now. I've got the stream up. I've got two different ones rolling.
But anyway, the
And
same gal that wanted,
go ahead, Mark, go ahead. Go
yeah,
ahead.
the gal that wanted to vote not guilty wanted to throw the book at him because after we came in with the guilty verdict, the prosecutor was allowed to tell us all his priors, and they were all against women. And that just triggered this gal, and she says, "Oh, we should give him 25 years." So we were stuck at 11-1 for another day and a half until we finally browbeat her into just giving him the minimum 2 years. It was like, oh. But anyway, before I get off, and I know I'm just talking and talking and talking, I'm good at
I
that, by
love
the way.
chatting with you, Mark.
I'm good at that. I have to give a big round of applause for your mods.
Yes,
They do a fantastic job
they
because
keeping y'all safe in the chat.
yeah, we have very few problems in our chat, but every once in a while something pops up and they are on it just so quick.
Well, and I wanted to go ahead and give you a heads up since you're an OG. If I ever need a backup mod and you get a wrench on next to your name at some point in time by accident, just know that just means, hey, heads up. We need you to,
Hey,
and all
if
you would
I'm
do,
on if
somebody
I'm
that's
on and
not.
if I'm on and you ever need me, feel free.
I figured you'd be okay just to kind of watch out and make sure it's just to boot out people that are saying things that shouldn't be said. And it's nasty, cuss words and stuff like that. Y'all, are y'all sure it's a verdict? Because they're not in the courtroom right now. Where are you getting that? Tell me where this information is coming from. I need to know. Because I'm in the freaking courtroom, you guys. I'm in there. They're not in the courtroom. Crane, hang on. Mark, you didn't leave. Okay. No, don't leave yet, Mark.
Who
Court
was that?
TV. Okay. Okay. I got it on
I
court TV.
I just went back. I think it was
Verdict
Laura's.
clock.
It's somebody
Go ahead.
got a verdict.
It says verdict clock 1 hour and 25 minutes. So they must have they must have said they had a verdict 20 or 5 minutes ago, or else their clock is behind mine.
I just switched back to the stream, and one of the mods said my check is in the mail.
Uh, oh, Court TV tweeted it. Okay, thank you. I just didn't want somebody to put it in the chat and everybody's freaking out, believing something that somebody's like pulling a fast one on us. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was quick, you guys. I'm so glad that I got back on and stayed on. Oh, yep, there's activity in the courtroom.
Woo!
All
Do you want to drop
right,
me off
Mark.
and welcome? Hey, it
Yes,
was a
go ahead.
pleasure talking with you, and we'll talk at you
Okay.
again.
Love you, Mark. Thank you for being here and all you
Love
do.
you, love you,
All right.
princess. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Okay, y'all. Let me set my stream up so y'all can see what's going on. There we go. Y'all, that was so quick. Can you believe it? Can you hear me okay, first of all? Because I've been moving around from screen to screen and I want to make sure that an hour and 25 minutes, you guys. Enough time to fill out the damn paperwork. They filled out the paperwork. They were like, we'll make them sweat, but let's just, let's eat our dinner and fill out our paperwork. I wonder if they went in there and right away did a vote and said, yeah, they all looked at each other and went, she's not going nowhere. Yes, they love you, Mark. Mark's such a good guy. I want to meet Mark's girlfriend. I got to check her out. Let's see what she's all about. and tell her how much we love him. You're nervous? Don't be nervous. I think a verdict coming right back like this is really a good sign for us that it's a guilty. And I don't think without any of that footage, we would be getting a guilty right now. All right. Let me put some, I'm going to put I got the volume on. I got we're on the live. You guys can hear me okay? I guess if you couldn't, you wouldn't say anything. What about, and eat too, Carrie. This is a good day. It's a very good day. Oh, it's such a good day. It's a great day. We were having a good day. Oh, how many people are going to be saying that all over the place if we get the guilty that we want? And here's the thing too, y'all. You know what Mark was just saying, they might not do the full second degree murder. What they wouldn't have come back so quick if they were trying to go back and forth on what kind of charges they were going to give her. It's a full on 100% all the way second degree, or it's not guilty. But I just don't see the not guilty happening. Yes, Sedona. Preach, mama. Preach. Oh, let me put this up for Barry. Let's see. He says, can we applaud Kranick for running a tight ship and winding this up in 10 months? Nothing against Wooten, but Kranick cleans up. Yes, I agree with you. I don't know if Kranick would have run into the same problems, though, that Wooten did. I don't think there was a whole lot of control that he had there. Would Kranick had made an attorney stay on with her that didn't want to be there? That would have been difficult, though, guys. If there had been a situation where she had to be represented by one of those attorneys that was trying to come off and they wouldn't let him off, that would have been bad. But good thought, Barry. Barry, thank you so much for your super chats. Abellis, 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. She's been in jail for 5 years. Stop it. What you talking about? 5 years. What you talking about, Abellis? Y'all are making me feel like we missed something. We haven't missed anything. It hasn't happened yet, right? They just gave notice that everybody can get to the courthouse. Because they're not going to do the sentencing unless everybody that wants to be there is going to be there. Where y'all getting 5 years from? She's been there for 5 years. Is that what you're saying? Nearly 5. It's like 4 months. 4 years, 8 months, something like that. Hold up, I'm fixing my hair for this. Oh, okay. Okay, cat in the pantry. Hey, you guys, if y'all run into Loba Volcana and Darlin, spelled Darlen, please let them know that they won our members only verdict drawing. I think anybody that's paying attention, they'll know to come back here, right? Thank y'all so much for your super chats. It's in, but not read yet. I didn't think it was read yet. I was like, y'all are crazy. Yes, Tammy, justice for George. And his family can finally get some peace too, guys, you know. Julie said, can you send me a text or a notification? I'm like, no, I don't have a way of doing that. Veronica says, I also give props to Owens. He came in and allowed for a proper trial to happen so George could have justice. I think that was one of the reasons he took her on. He knows Sarah is guilty as... That is so flippin' annoying. I don't know why it does that, you guys. I apologize. Hang on, I'm going back. I'm going to get us there.
Mr. Beck still stay seated. I would ask for us all to remain seated, and could you remind everybody in the gallery?
Oh my God.
There should be no emotional reaction.
So sorry.
I was just about to address that, sir. Thank you very much. All right, members of the jury, my understanding, or members of the gallery, good evening. My understanding is that the jury in this matter has reached a verdict. I don't know what it's going to be until it's read. If you are unable to contain yourself emotionally and you're going to react in any way, be it in joy or in sadness, I'm going to ask you politely to excuse yourself at this time. There cannot be any emotional outbursts when the verdict is read. Does everybody understand that? I see everybody nodding their heads. Okay. State, are we ready to bring in our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, are we ready to bring in our jury?
Yes, Judge.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in our jury. Everyone will remain seated.
I'm just talking to you guys. I really feel bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's have our own emotional outburst. We're only a few minutes late. We're just a few minutes behind.
State, do you recognize our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you recognize our jury?
Yes, sir.
All right, members of the jury, you may be seated. Thank you.
They delivered for an hour and 25 minutes.
Members of our jury, good evening. I understand that you've come to a verdict in this case.
Yes.
If you could please hand the verdict form to the deputy, please. Thank you, sir. Madam Clerk, if you could please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the Ninth Judicial Circuit in Orange County, Florida, case number 2020 CF 2603, the state of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the second degree as charged in the information. So say we all, dated at Orlando, Orange County, Florida, on this 25th day of October 2024. The form has been signed by the foreperson.
Madam Clerk, please poll our jury.
Juror seat number 1, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror seat number 2, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror seat number 3, is this your true and
Yes, it
correct
is.
verdict? Juror seat number 4, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror seat number 5, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror seat number 6, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Members of our jury, again, I want to thank you for your time, your sacrifice, and your attention in this matter. I know that we spent almost 2 weeks together and it was not taken lightly, and I really appreciate the time and the effort and the sacrifice that you put into this case. I want to advise you now of your final instruction. Members, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your time and your consideration in this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak to anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. With that, members of the jury, again, I thank you for your service. I'm going to ask you to return to the deliberation room. I'll be back there shortly with your jury certificates, and thank you.
Go ahead.
She's looking at him like, y'all are all a bunch of idiots. She hates everybody
Ms.
now.
Boone, the jury has spoken in this matter and has found you guilty of murder in the second degree. The court adjudicates you guilty of murder in the second degree. As this is your first felony conviction, you are entitled to a pre-sentencing investigation by the Department of Corrections. Mr. Owens, are you seeking that in this case?
Yes.
Okay. State, I will order the Department of Corrections to prepare the pre-sentencing investigation. State, for the purposes of sentencing, do you anticipate eliciting any testimony from, be it the victim's family?
2 or 3 victim impact statements, sir.
Okay. Mr. Owens, do you plan on presenting any evidence during the course of the sentencing hearing, sir?
Probably some testimony from Dr. Harper.
Okay. All right. How long do you think, State, that you would need?
You mean timing wise, or are we thinking?
A quantum of time, sir. Yeah, well, normally it takes about 30 days or so. I'm confirming with Anita as to availability. I just want to know from your side of the ledger, how much time? Okay, 15 minutes. How much time do you think you're going to need to produce anything from your side of the ledger, sir? Mr. Owens?
What about victim
I'd
impact?
say 30 minutes,
Okay.
30 to 45.
So if we set this for an hour, that would be sufficient.
Parties agree.
Okay.
State agrees.
Is that sufficient, Mr. Owens?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give me a moment.
What about victim impacts? They're not going to let the family speak? Did they even ask the kids if they want to speak? They said 3 victim. How did I miss that? Okay. Thank you, Mackenzie. No, I know not now. I'm talking about it sentencing. So they're scheduling an hour time for them to have a sentencing hearing. I think she's in shock, you guys.
Ms. Barrios is checking. Just give us a moment.
December 2nd. Okay. All right. Write it in my calendar. It's going to be a good day. That's a Monday.
We can set this matter for 1:30 in the afternoon for sentencing on December 2. State, is that acceptable? It's a Monday.
I just status hearing, but I'll make it work.
I can move it to later if necessary.
I'm co-counsel on it.
Okay. Defense. Yes, sir.
That's Monday, December 2 at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
I can be here.
Ma'am, you've been adjudicated guilty. I now remand you into the custody of the Orange County Jail pending sentencing on December 2 at 1:30. State, anything else we need to address?
Not from the state.
Defense. All right. Thank you very much. We're off the record.
Whew, that was quick. We're going to look at her. She is just, she doesn't want to show any emotion because she knows she's on cam. Justice for George. Well, we still were it's semi-justice. You know, you could easily get disappointed in sentencing. Let's hope not. She's like, come on. Come on. I got to put your chains on you. He's explaining to her the next process. She's saying, what? Why didn't you tell me all this beforehand? That's what I said. Everything that she did was her own demise. Everything she did got her convicted. It was all her stuff that got her convicted. The prosecution did their job, but they didn't have to do a whole lot. Her narcissism and her pride. You're absolutely right. I'm going to put y'all super stickers up here in a minute. I just don't want to interrupt the feed here with anything yet. I think she's in shock. Move, Kevin. Get out of the way. He's probably doing it on purpose. Blocking the camera on purpose. Jesus gonna work her right to prison. Mm-hmm. She's definitely gonna be needing Jesus. Oh, they'd never unshackled her. Fingerprints. We're gonna need that suit back too, ma'am. Just leave your shoes right here. We got your slides in back. Oh. No, you could change in the back, but we're gonna need that suit back right away. Thank you so much. We still got the tags on it. We're gonna go get our money back. That's right, convicted. An hour and 20. Y'all, I didn't think they would do it. I did not think it would be that easy. I really thought they were gonna kind of, but I guess they really saw all that we saw, but they just saw it in a quicker amount of time. This is my favorite part. Let's relish in the moment, shall we? She's like, you're not doing it right. This stuff's gonna be all over my suit now. She's not gonna show any emotion in front of the cameras. She's not gonna give us any of that satisfaction. But she's also not gonna acknowledge the camera. If she'd been not guilty, she'd look right back at the camera and went, "Ah, bye, girl, bye." Yay, you guys. What a wonderful evening. Okay. Thank you again, Abellas, for your 5 memberships. Thank you for everybody who gifted all these memberships. My goodness. Dog Mom, she said, I have spent this entire day with my favorite chat and all the people I love. We will have to celebrate this. Yes, I totally agree. Oh, wait, I don't want this to do this. Stop. We don't want that to
All of a sudden.
We don't want none of that on there. Yes, you know what we should do, you guys? So if it's at 1:30 in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, what I should do is plan us to be on stream that whole morning, watching stuff and getting our feel in. How about that? We'll do a little celebration before they sentence her. Thank you, Dog Mom. Janice said, Carrie, they're reporting that the verdict is in. I know. I'm sorry, Janice. I got your chat late. We were there. We didn't have sound the first time around. Oh, I did. Y'all didn't. I don't know what happened there, but it's okay. That's what Rewind is for. Thank you, Miss Janice. I still can't say your name. Polynomial purebred. It's a cat. I get it. Okay. Thank you for your super sticker. Can we just give you some how about PP? Can I call you PP? PPB maybe? Something easier for me to say because I can't pronounce where the flip. Captain Gianni. Captain D. Gianni, I think is what it is. And the guy from JAC and Billy Lane will sleep easy tonight, in addition to those in the courtroom. Preach, Barry Adams. Yes, they will. I know that Billy Lane definitely will. Bless his heart. 4 years, 8 months that man's been on this. Thank you again, Barry. JPC, she'll start writing her next letter to the judge tonight, complaining about how unfair the trial was. Oh, it's going to be to him. It's going to be to whoever I guarantee you she'll start talking to the media now. I bet you money we might end up being able to see an interview or something within the next week. I can only imagine. Of course, she hasn't been sentenced yet, but still. And she just, she doesn't care about that kind of stuff. She wants to be heard. That would be interesting. If y'all find her out there giving interviews and I'm not there, y'all need to holler at me and let me know. Thanks, JPC. Abella said George and his family received justice. Thank you, jury. Sorry to yell. Sorry for the yelling. I know, right? Thank you so much, Abella. Amen. Preach. Michelle says, stoked to have watched this with my character's family. Aw. Again, happy belated birthday, Michelle. Is that a mark you got in your hand there? Oh, there's Miss Laura. Hang on, Miss Laura. Thank you so much, Michelle. Mackenzie. Carrie, I came across this stream by accident, but stayed when I heard how engaging you were and saw your amazing chat and mods. I wish every victim could have a Carrie channel cheering for them like you. Oh, thank you so much. Y'all are going to make me cry. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's pretty easy to fight for somebody when you know that but going into this, I thought she was just a dumb woman. And I'm going to say that. Like, I really thought, you guys, that she was just some dumb broad that was trying to teach him a lesson. And she wasn't as vindictive as she ended up being. It wasn't until we got further into this and we started really digging deep is when we found out the truth. And, yeah. Thank you so much, Mackenzie. I appreciate that. I'll take a hell of a dry cleaner to scrub that, you know what, out of that suit. Oh, if they left the tags on, do you think Macy's will take it back? No, it's going to be a Bell's outlet, probably. Burlington outlet, maybe. It will take a hell of a dry cleaner. That'll be funny. They're like, man, we can't keep this tag on this if you want it dry cleaned. We can't do that. Thank you, Scott. Enjoy your earbuds. Here's an extra 10 for mute button training. LOL, it's all good. Oh, Linder, dang it. I did not have it on mute. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I did not have it on mute. I could hear them. So there was a glitch. My computer is acting up and I've got to get it fixed, and I will get it fixed before the next trial. I promise you, if I have to go buy another computer, I will. I think it's a memory thing. I really do. But I try to clean up my memory every day before we start a new stream. But apparently that just wasn't working. But thank you, Linger, for the money so I can go get that training. Much credit to Carrie for doing this all day long. Thank you, Ashley. Oh my God, you're gorgeous. You're absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Take that off. Hang on, Laura. Bear with me. I just want to get these done before, because everybody's been so good about this. Waiting. Thank you so much. Cheryl Patton says, so glad I found you. Good work, Carrie. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. I appreciate you for being here. You guys have been so much fun to have around. Really have been. Paul Berry said she'll appeal ineffective assistance of counsel. Oh, yeah, but you know what? Remember when he said, ma'am, are you satisfied? She said, definitely. Absolutely, I am. That thing ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. We're going to be like, sit down, Sarah. It ain't happening. Thank you, Paul. Bree B. Owens is live in the interview. He said Boone is in shock. Okay. Thank you, Bree B. Let's pull it up, y'all. Let me find the interview. I really got to learn this trial thing and get my ass together and figure out where everything's happening, don't I? Hang on. That's that. I don't see. Hang on. Verdict. I knew he was going to be. I totally forgot about it too. Let's see if there's anything live right now. Either way, I need media channels. See, I didn't want to watch Fox 35 because they were talking.
Testimony.
Hang on. Oh, it's not that big of a conference. I bet that it's so late that they're not really doing a full press conference. Can y'all, there's no sound on right now, but let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Thank you, Bree B, for letting us know, hon. Appreciate you. Let me fast forward it real quick.
In shock. She said, we appreciate. Want to jump in here, Garrett Weimer. We appreciate you watching. James Owens speaking with reporters. Let's listen in. in shock. She said she would call me tomorrow morning, so we'll talk some more after she's had some time to think about it. I've had some time to think about it, but we're obviously really disappointed. We did the best that we could, in the time that we had to prepare. Sarah really liked the team, and we all got along with the 3 lawyers and the other 2 girls that have helped the other 4 lawyers working on the case. And Sarah was, as you know, really happy with us. And, we had some disagreements about how the case should proceed. And Sarah, is opinionated, and some of the things we considered, some not. But ultimately, I think she was happy with the defense. It just didn't go our way. As you know, these trials, a murder charge is a difficult case to beat. And there was some strong evidence that the state used, obviously. And we just, for whatever reason, the jury didn't consider some of the things that we felt like should have potentially been defenses, the justifiable use of force under the battered spouse syndrome. But for whatever reason, we respect the jury's decision. They've been here for 2 weeks. Took us 4 days to pick the jury. And so I'm sure they did the very best that they could under the circumstances.
Was it her decision to not take the plea deal? Or you think she regrets it now?
I don't think she would have taken anything. I think she wanted, some clients, they want their day in court. And I don't believe she would have taken anything. I felt like the state should have probably negotiated a little bit more, but they were firm on where they were, and Sarah was firm on where she was. I just think, she was convinced in her mind that that she felt like, she felt like she didn't intend to kill George, and that this was just a circumstance because they were both intoxicated. Things happened that, it was just really unintentional act. So I think she felt bad about any kind of a murder conviction or pleading to any kind of a murder, that she was somehow criminally responsible for George's death. And I think that's where her mindset was. And, I think she would have gone to trial even without lawyers. She was ready to go to trial pro se. I think she was happy we came in. We worked as hard as we could. We had about 45 days to get ready, and we did it all that we could. So I think she feels good about our efforts. We put everything out on the table, just like any other contest. You do the very best you can, and then you have to accept, the decision by the jury. We respect the jury and appreciate their time and attention on the case.
Will you be representing her on her appeal?
No, I'll be representing her at her sentencing, but not the appeal. I think she would qualify, since she's indigent, for court-appointed appellate counsel. And those guys, that's all they do is appellate work. And those are probably the best lawyers to handle something like that. But we're, as I said, really disappointed. Sarah is kind of in shock. But, we respect the jury's decision. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. He said, hell no, I'm not stupid. I'm done. I'm good. I don't think he would. Is that normal for them to?
That was James Owens.
Hang on. It wouldn't be normal for him to represent her on an appeal, I don't think. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Hang on. Janice Carey has the best mods. Thanks to all of them for the past 2 weeks all day. Oh, yes, I do. Mel and Bama and Laura. Thank you guys so much. You're so right. Owens has lost a lot of weight. It's taken on Sarah as a circus. Oops, I meant client. Janice. Oh, you're funny. You're so funny. Okay, hang on. All right. So, Miss Laura, how are we? Did you want to come up here or you just
No, I had to unmute. Sorry.
what's going on?
I've been trying to get your attention.
I'm
Everybody's yelling at
sorry.
me.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. I was just trying to tell you about the press conference. That's what I
I
originally
don't know.
came up for.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what it was. And I sat there and put you on hold anyway. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Did you text me?
Yes, I've texted you. I called you.
I've got it on. I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
Okay. So, I've got noise on in the background. You've got noise on the background. I want to just say, Barry Adams, I'd be grateful for Owens and his troop to jump in if I burn through my attorney. Maybe they got noped in the rights, roped into in the rights to her story, but now they have their own story to go take into the publishing to sell. I don't know. I kind of wonder about what's going to happen with that. What do y'all think? What do you think, Laura?
Sorry, I muted myself.
Oh,
I didn't hear your question. I was trying to answer Mark.
you think that do you think he's going to go use this and go write a book about working with Sarah Boone?
Yes.
Of
There
course
is
he
no
is.
way. There is no way the state would have brought all this up and kept saying something about it if they hadn't have been told something was going on.
Oh my gosh, Route Irish. Thanks for your hard work. 77 in honor of the year Sarah came into the world and contributed nothing. Oh, you guys. You guys are brutal. All right. On behalf of myself and my mods, thank you so much, Route. I appreciate you. You have been, man, you thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. On behalf of myself and my mods, I want to say to you guys that we've now been streaming officially for over 12 hours today. And I think all of you have a problem that you're still here. No, I'm just kidding. I want to thank you all for being here and thank you for your support on this channel. And we will be back definitely on December the 2nd. I will probably be dropping a few items this weekend based on the trial. And then next week we'll start up with, I don't know, we'll start checking into this Courtney Clenny fan model or OnlyFans girl, right?
Okay, can I interrupt you?
Yes, ma'am.
Bama's texting me saying the state's about to give an interview.
Okay, well, maybe we're not going anywhere yet. Y'all just hang on right there. Don't go nowhere. I'm surprised. I thought they'd want to go home. Here it is right here. Who is this guy? Oh, that was them. That's the district attorney. Oh, I guess y'all need I need to share it with y'all. Duh. That's the district attorney's office. That's who that is.
All right, so today, we know Sarah Boone was convicted of second-degree murder for the boyfriend, for the story of opinion. Those events happened stemming from an incident from February 23rd of 2020, where she whipped her boyfriend up in the suitcase and she turned a game for hide and seek. And two videos were produced on her where he was begging for his life. And it was horrific circumstance. And then not let him out. Didn't do anything to help him. Just went up there and so this is one of the very horrific homicide. Nobody really should have to endure this type of struggle and fight for their lives and have to die alone, just begging for their last breath in the silence of this like this. And the jury did amazing work. Thankful for Chief Homicide Wednesday and the attorney, Dave Castatory, did amazing work from the courtyard. I get videos about this every single day, what he's been doing, but we're excited that
Okay, hang on. I'm going to get a feed that's got better sound. Hang on, guys. I got one right here.
So we apologize here. You're just seeing some of the behind the right a moment ago.
So the gentleman that was
Those events
there he is.
happened stem from an incident from February 23rd of 2020, where she zipped her boyfriend up in a suitcase in what she claimed to be a game of hide and seek. And 2 videos were introduced from her, where he was begging for his life, and a horrific turn of events. And she didn't try to let him out. She didn't do anything to help him. She just went upstairs and went to sleep. And so this is a very horrific homicide. Nobody really should have to endure this type of struggle and fight for their lives and have to die alone, begging for their last breath inside of a suitcase like this. And the jury did amazing work. I'm thankful for our chief of homicide, Will J., and our assistant state attorney, Dave Cacciatore. They did amazing work. Some of you caught me in the courtyard. I was like, I get briefings about it every single day about what they've been doing. But we're excited that they were able to bring this home with a victory because today justice was served with the conviction of Sarah Boone for this very horrific homicide that occurred. And so, if you have any questions, I'm going to turn it over to them.
Strong. Oops, sorry. The argument clearly the jury did not buy it. The argument was self-defense and fabrication.
Correct. And so we're going to turn over to Will and Dave to ask all specific questions, asking all the defenses, because they did all the great work, so they deserve all the good credit.
Yeah, so like the defense didn't speak about that. I know the jury obviously did not buy that. They seem generally like the
Correct. Yeah.
Well, how does that make you feel? Did you get a chance to speak to the family?
Yes, we're very happy to gain some closure for the Torres family and some justice for George.
Strong closing arguments from the both of you today. What do you think, like she said, this case means for the family and getting justice for George Torres?
I think after 4.5 years and the numerous delays, I think they were finally just happy to see this case go to trial and be able to put this one in the books.
What do you think the appropriate sentence should be?
We'll reserve comment to the sentencing hearing.
Do you expect the verdict to come back that quickly? I think it was an hour and 20-something minutes, very fast.
Should never have expectations.
What do you think about the case law with respect to Martinez? I know there was a strongly worded letter you all signaled you would be sending. Is that right for judicial review higher up?
Can't really talk about future legal arguments.
How was it in the courtroom between you and James Owens? There's obviously moments of tension and then also moments of levity. Was this different than a typical battle that you go into?
I wouldn't say it was different than a different relationship than with most defense attorneys.
What would you say to the jurors who were here for about 2 weeks on this case? It was a long jury selection and then, of course, a lot of evidence to look at and all of that. What would you want to say to them?
Just thank them for their service.
Will, did you know that it was George Torres' mother who broke down in court today, and that was the reason for the bit of an outburst?
I was made aware afterwards. It happens in these cases.
Do you have a chance to talk to her and say something to her?
I have not yet.
How about you, Dave?
I spoke to her along with the rest of the Torres family after the verdict. And just listen to them.
A strong rebuttal yesterday from you guys. What do you think that evidence showed the jurors and meant for this case?
Not going to really talk about the evidence.
Final question from me is, are you stunned that she did not take that plea deal?
It's not for us to say.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Completely like day and night. from.
I've been here for a long time, a couple weeks, but thank you for coming. Thank you for covering the case.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mr. J does not want to deal with
There
the
we
media.
heard.
He does not want to deal with the media whatsoever at all. I have utmost respect for him because he's like, I'm done. That's it. We're good. Yeah. All business. Yeah. And then, of course, you've got James Owens over there wanting to get in front of everybody. Thank you again, Route Irish, for your super chat. Thanks, everybody, today for all of your support on our channel. I'm going to stay on top of some stuff. I need to start writing it down what I need to do after a trial. I didn't realize there was so many things I needed to do afterwards. Well, it all happened so fast. I wasn't prepared for I really didn't think they were going to come back tonight. I really didn't. I thought we were going to be back again Monday. And I was thinking to myself, dang, I'm going to have to set up and wait for them to come back and say, yeah, we'll see you on Monday morning. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it now. But is there anything else I should be aware of? Or is there any more press conferences before I call it? Damn it, Margaret.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right. I apologize. I'm not as on top of it. This is my first real trial other than the Brooks trial, which I only semi did. This is my first real trial. You know what I'm saying? So
And you
thank
did
you all.
great.
Well, thank you. It'll get better as I go. I'll become a pro eventually. I can't compete with the attorneys, but we'll see. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Laura, and thank you, Bama, and thank you, Mel, for all of your for being a mods and putting in all the time. You guys put some major overtime in this week, and I appreciate you so much.
And we love you, and we love doing this for you. So we love the chat too. So thank you, chat.
I know. Yeah, I don't do it just for me. I'll do it for them too. Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, you guys, y'all be good. Have a wonderful evening. Now we can all rest in peace. And I'll be back probably tomorrow or Sunday with something new. Y'all be good.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.